Man. Look at this thing here. Just think about it. Goal wasn't even to get this thing. Goal was just to get down to 175 pounds. Whew. Funny how life works, huh? Oh, Dudley!
Oh my God, what is it?
Come on in here, good Lord.
What free labor project do you have for me to do for you now?
Just sit your butt down in here. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah, well, last time you had a story for me, it came with me having to put up all these medals.
I wanted to tell you about a very special moment in my jiu-jitsu career. And it was the very first competition I had done ever did. I was at a white belt. Well, to set the stage, about 5 years prior, I weighed about a good 270 pounds. And so I made a goal for myself to get down to 175 pounds, to get down to welterweight. And that was my goal. That was my 5-year goal. And well, for the first couple years, I maybe lost 10, 15 pounds by doing simple things like going on walks, cutting out sugary drinks and substituting them with sugar-free drinks. But it wasn't until I joined a specific gym, started doing jiu-jitsus. And it wasn't until I met Piet.
Piet? That sounds French.
Yeah, we'll just go with Piet right now. Wasn't until then that I got the push and the extra drive to lose over 60, I think 70 pounds just from that year alone that I was with Three-Pronged.
Three-pronged? That seems like a silly name for a jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah, we'll call it Three-Pronged right now, legal reasons.
Oh.
And within about a year, maybe a year and a half-ish, I was down to 175 pounds. Feeling better than I ever had before. Looking good, feeling good. And I was in fighting weight, which was what I originally planned to have and be. So I signed up for my first jiu-jitsu competition. Man, oh man, I thought rolls in the gym were hard. Oh no, I had no clue. Man, oh man, I only did one bracket. It was a gi bracket. And I was going up against fellers. Man, oh man. One of them was my teammate. This feller here, Martin Patricio. Let's just say every time that we would roll in the gym, he had my number. Good Lord, Mama Gemma. He'd kick my butt every time. He was stronger. He felt bigger. Even though we were the same weight. It was always a strength disadvantage between me and other fellas my size. And that was mainly because I was losing weight. And I hated working out, aka lifting heavy things, because honestly, that's the dumbest thing anyone's ever done and invented to begin with.
I agree. Lifting heavy things is pretty dumb.
So when I saw him in my bracket, oh man, I was down in the dumps. But good thing I didn't have to face him in the first 2 rounds. Honestly, the only time I'd have to face him is if I made it to the finals and if he made it to the finals. Just how life goes, that's exactly what happened. And I remember we shook hands and I shot in for an absolutely horrible takedown. And this fella just stood there and I hit him like he was a brick wall. And it just stunned me. He did like an underhook thing and he just swiveled his hips and all of a sudden I was on my back looking up at the lights. And he had me case of Katomis. He was going for a scarf hold choke. And he'd been getting that on me for the past 6 months in training. So I knew exactly how it felt. I knew exactly what was going to happen. He was going to squeeze. And just like every single time for the past 6 months, I was going to tap. But something happened while that was going on. I was talking in my head. You know, they say you're your own worst enemy, especially as an athlete. Your own worst critic. And man, I was talking real bad about myself in that moment. I was yelling at myself, telling myself I done wasted not only the past year of training to get to this point just to lose, but I wasted the past 5 years in this one moment over one stupid move. A move that I knew I couldn't do and I shouldn't have done because I know my knee. It was getting darker. He was getting squeezing tighter. Couldn't see nothing. Heck, I couldn't breathe. And I was almost there. The hand was ready to tap. But I told myself, you better get out. You give up now, you'll give up forever. So I did everything I could to get out. And I don't know exactly how, but I did. I was able to take that feller's back. And to be honest with you, it felt like I was in that move for an hour. In reality, it was only about maybe a minute 30. But I guess in that time, Martin, he gassed himself out trying to choke me. He gave every ounce of his energy to try to get the tap. Because the second I took his back, he quit. He tapped out. I didn't even have a submission in on the fella. He gave up.
Well, that must have felt a little anticlimactic.
Some people will feel cheated. Me? No.
But why?
Because you see, Martin had the same opportunity to not quit on himself that I did. Martin had the same thoughts going through his mind that I did when the tables turned on to him. The only difference is he let those bad thoughts overtake him. And I didn't.
Yeah, there's no debating that.
So I didn't care that I won by phantom tap out. Because before that, I'd already won. Heck, Martin already was up on points too. If he would have just found a way to milk the clock for the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes, he would have won. But he quit, and I didn't. That's why I came on with this. That's why I was on the podium in number ones, and he wasn't. Now, Dudley, I tell you this story because I need you to know, fella, that no matter what that voice in your head says about you, what God says about you is what matters the most. And what God said about me that day was I was strong enough to weather the storm. I was strong enough not to quit. So I didn't. And Dudley, that's what I want for you. I know I get down on you. I know I'm hard on you. But all I'm trying to do is try to make you the best you that you can be. And that's what this medal represents to me. It's never quit. Now do me a favor, Dudley. Go hang this back up.
Wait, did you just call me in here to tell me this long story so you didn't have to get up out of your seat and hang this back up on the wall? I'm on to you, Jimbo.